Tribes of Midgard survival of course has the giants to be slain. You need to kill these guys to hopefully finally get access to the ancients and basically progress through the game. You can come across their arenas on your own randomly, so you might come across some of the harder ones, but there is an order to taking them out. So today we're taking a look at JADE, the third giant that you should be facing in order. With 176,000 health, he's pretty tough. So here's some top tips that I got from defeating him. So first off, you will take cold damage in the arena. It's not going to give you or relent. You are going to have decent armor to protect against it, or lots of elixirs. In terms of runes, absolutely see if you can get hold of the Cold Blood rune. It generates 100 HP every time you take some cold damage. So even if you haven't got the best armor, it should help a little bit. Also try and make sure that you take him on during the day. If it's full-blown winter, you will find obviously the day's much shorter and the night time's going to be even colder. The other rune to maybe make sure you've got is the Eye of 4, because it increases damage dealt to Jotnar by 10%. You can see I've got two of them equipped. I've got the cold-blooded, and then the rest weren't really that optimised really for taking them on. In terms of blessings, if you do have anything with the decoy, that can be beneficial in solo play. Luckily I was being joined by one of my rat bags, Lee, but yeah, if you use the decoy, and the giant will normally go towards that as well. In terms of weapons, there's actually quite a few lower level weapons that have fire damage equipped on it, so you definitely be able to do quite a lot. Get the weapons bench up to level 3 and get Golveg's blade, which obviously does burn, and yeah, you always want to do the opposite elemental damage type, but always make sure you've got protection against that damage type in terms of armor. And same thing again with the bows, you can actually get access to some of the fire bows at level 3, level 2 versions of them, so do even more damage. Ember's bow would be the best one. There's actually a couple of spears as well, so they're pretty decent too. If you've been emptying lots of chests, you probably have built a nice little supply of arrows or exploding elemental damage types, so if not, go ahead and try and make some from the ammunition shelf. And when it comes to actually getting to them, you probably will need a boat. It does look like JADE is pretty far over some of the seas. So you do, as always, want to make sure you've got one of the teleportation altars with you, so you can teleport, put one down as soon as you make land on the island. When it comes to armor, JADE is meant to be like the third giant you come across. By that point, you might not have unlocked the upgrades for the armor bench to level 3. So that means you might not be able to make anything like the Seder Veil set or the Feral set. They're two of the best ones because they'll give you 26 protection against the cold. Otherwise, the Norn set gives you 18 protection, and then after that the Hursa set will only give you 13 protection against cold. The worst one to use is the Raider set. That alongside the basic villager set only gives you 8 protection against cold, so you'll definitely have to use your elixirs and hope you do it pretty quickly. So yeah, don't go taking this guy on unless you've got the Norna set and at least a couple of elixirs. When it comes to actually fighting him, well, he doesn't have any ads, so you don't have to worry about that, but he has 4 different attacks. He's got where you throw the rock, that does a huge amount of damage, and then he's got a 2-handed ground pound. This is the most lethal. When you see this happening, get out of the way. It can do up to 2,500 damage. The 1-handed ground pound does around 2,100 or so, and then the foot stump only does about 1,400. I did go with a couple of blessings that give me the extra percentage of health, 20 and then 40% more, to make myself a bit more tanky. So that means you've always got to keep your health at least above 2,500, not to be downed if you do get done by the 2-handed hit. You can go ahead and roll back into him pretty quickly though, unlike some enemies sometimes where there's a lot of damage pulls afterwards. So yeah, it's definitely something to just keep smacking away at him with your fire weapons and then get out of the way of that 2 ground pound, as that's the most deadly. I did go ahead and have a rune that only takes me down to 1 health instead of killing me. As you saw, I got caught there. And yeah, just keep moving out of the way. He doesn't really speed up, he doesn't go into a second phase as such. Although just like all the giants, now they're on their own fighting in these arenas, I did find that they do their attacks much more often. Maybe it's a buff across them, across all different modes in Saga mode as well, but they definitely were doing lots more attacks more regularly. He is extremely slow, so you can always equip a rune that gives you health by standing still for a few seconds, and that's always advisable as well. If you're really not having much luck getting up and close to him, then go ahead and just wail on him with as many arrows as possible using the fire elemental damage types. And that's it, job done. Again, you'll get about 600-700 souls from him, a bunch of other stuff as well, including his draw pieces, which will help you unlock the trap workbench. You'll find that once you've upgraded the weapons bench a couple times. You only need 4 pieces plus some stone and wood, so it's pretty simple to make. This is how you're able to get some of the early watchtowers so you can fire arrows down to protect your base or help you defeat certain enemies in the world. Don't forget to turn in the trophy to get some horns at the standing stones, and yeah, good luck finding their cold biome to basically kill the ice giant. If you found that useful, leave a like, check out the rest of my Tribes of Midgard content. I'll see you ratbags later.